You have dreams you're imagining, goals you like to achieve. We're ahead to see you through. We're invested in you. We're invested in you. You can depend on us. We will take care of you with a legacy of commitment you can trust. Have to walk along with you. Want you to know we care, and we will strive to do our very best to help in your success. Republic Bank, we're the one for you. You have dreams you're imagining, goals you like to achieve. We're ahead to see you through. We're invested in you. We're invested in you. You can depend on us. We will take care of you with a legacy of commitment you can trust. Have to walk along with you. Want you to know we care, and we will strive to do our very best to help in your success. Republic Bank, we're the one for you. You have dreams you're imagining, goals you like to achieve. We're ahead to see you through. We're invested in you. We're invested in you. You can depend on us. We will take care of you with a legacy of commitment you can trust. Have to walk along with you. Want you to know we care, and we will strive to do our very best to help in your success. Republic Bank, we're the one for you. You have dreams you're imagining, goals you like to achieve. We're ahead to see you through. We're invested in you. We're invested in you. You can depend on us. We will take care of you with a legacy of commitment you can trust. Have to walk along with you. Want you to know we care, and we will strive to do our very best to help in your success. Republic Bank, we're the one for you. You have dreams you're imagining, goals you like to achieve. We're ahead to see you through. We're invested in you. We're invested in you. You can depend on us. We will take care of you with a legacy of commitment you can trust. Have to walk along with you. Want you to know we care, and we will strive to do our very best to help in your success. Republic Bank, we're the one for you. You have dreams you're imagining, goals you like to achieve. We're ahead to see you through. We're invested in you. We're invested in you. You can depend on us. We will take care of you with a legacy of commitment you can trust. Have to walk along with you. Want you to know we care, and we will strive to do our very best to help in your success. Republic Bank, we're the one for you.
Good afternoon. Bon après-midi. And welcome, of course, to competition 2, round 1 of the DBS Radio Ministry of Education headline sponsor, a Dragon Windows reading competition. And we are here at the beautiful Grand Bay Primary School. And I'm saying beautiful with such pride here this afternoon. I hope you're having a good time already, right? You all ready for some good reading? Okay, but we have to do a few things before we can start. And before we begin, of course, we want to pay homage to our beautiful country. But before that, we, of course, want to bless this beautiful activity here. So we'll be calling on students from the Bellevue Chopin Primary School to lead us in prayer. If you're sitting, please stand.
Let us pray. God, thank you for this day, and thank you for everybody who's gathered here. God, thank you for every teacher, member of DBS for recording this video. God, make sure these children who are about to read are not going to be nervous, but happy to be here today. God, thank you for this day. In Jesus' name I pray. Amen.
Tell us your name, please.
Densley Habimael Daisy.
Densley
Habimael Daisy.
Densley Habimaya Daisy from the Bellevue Chopin Primary School. And we'll now call on students from the Grand Bay Primary School to do the national anthem.
Isle of beauty, Isle of splendor, I too was so sweet and fair. Almost surely, gaze in wonder, I thy gift so rich and rare. Rivers, valleys, hills and mountains, all these gifts we do escort. Healthy land so like all fountains, giving just that warms the soul.
Thank you so much. And these were the students of the Grand Bay Primary School, of course, one of them being the reigning Team Matador 2023. You may please be seated. As I did mention, this is competition 2, round 1 of the DBS Radio Ministry of Education headline sponsor, a Dragon Windows reading competition. And to officially welcome you here this afternoon, we'll now call on Miss Michelle Peters.
Good afternoon and welcome to the second leg, round 1 in DBS Radio Ministry of Education National Reading Competition, headline sponsor, Dragon Window 2024. Let us recognize and welcome the participating students for today. We want to encourage each and every one of you to do your best. Thanks to the supporting team of our readers, principal, teachers, and a great welcome to our judges for dedicating their time to the competition this afternoon. To the viewing and listening public through our radio frequency and DBS Live, Facebook, and YouTube, welcome. Also to the principal and staff of the Grand Bay Primary School, thanks for hosting us this afternoon. This will be our first year holding the reading competition here. Thanks to the manager of DBS Radio and collaborating staff of this year's National Reading Competition 2024 and the other staff members, the Ministry of Education, and to our sponsors for your continuous support. Let us say welcome to our MC for this afternoon, Mrs. Milia Dennis.
Michelle, you forget the Joseph. There's a Joseph in between Millie and Dennis. All right, welcome to you once again. I am happy to be here. And I I don't need to give you the reasons why I'm happy to be here. If you know, you know why I'm happy to be here at the Grand Bay Primary School, my alma mater. Many stories, and you'll hear a few of them. You know, as we go along, I must tell you a few of them. But before we get into the storytelling aspect of this afternoon's competition, our students will have to dip for the reading positions. So we'll be calling on them to dip. So we'll have the Bagatelle Primary School. And by the way, I love that name. Gem. And it's spelled Gem as in French, I love. Gem Dorival from the Bagatelle Primary School will be dipping for her position in this afternoon's competition. And you will be reading at number 4. So you will take the 4th chair. From the Belleville Chopin Primary School, Nez Nicolas. And of course, we'll have 10 students reading in this round. And we heard our prayer coming from the student from the Belleville. Come, Nez, come. Hold on a while. Let me see where Nez. Nez, where were you going? Where were you going?
To Belleville Chopin Primary School.
No, you are from Belleville Chopin Primary School. I thought you were going already to take your seat. But you have to dip so we would know what number you'll be reading. All right, Nez? You took 2. And you'll be sitting next to Gem at number 3. So you'll be sitting next to Gem. Our next dipping student from the Girardel Primary School, Carissa Marie. Please correct me if I do not pronounce the names correctly. All right, so am I saying it correctly? Carissa, you are reading at number 2 before Kez. Imagine that. Our next dipper from the Grand Bay Primary School, Mackenzie Tit. Mackenzie will be reading at number 8. That's it. From the Mont Prosper Primary School, Julian Hazel. Yes? Julie, you will tell me. I want you to tell me. What is your name?
Jolene Karina Hazel.
Your first name is?
Jolene.
Julian.
Yes.
Julian.
Jolene.
Julene. See what I mean? Go ahead, Julene, please deep. And Julian will be reading at number 6, 2 chairs before Miss Mackenzie. Yes. From the Newtown Primary School, Amia Simon. Am I saying your name correctly, Amia? Please deep. Take your seat. Number 1. From the St. Luke's Primary, Zane, please come up. Zane, come to me, please. Can you pronounce your surname for me and the audience sake?
Shemiakov.
Shemiakov. Zain Shemiakov. Is that Russian, Zem?
I think so.
I think so. Deep again. You are reading at number 7 before Miss Mackenzie. Before Granbury. From the Sufria Primary School, Faith Shillingford. Please deep. Take your seat. She's ring at number 10. From the Ted Moore Primary School, Karen Loda. Number 5. Mr. Julio Sefleur, Trafalgar Primary School. Mr. Sefleur, am I saying your name correctly? It's Julio. And your surname is?
Safle.
Safle. Okay, take your seat. At number 9. There you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Those of you who are viewing, these are our 10 students here for this afternoon's reading competition. But, you know, sometimes we would say that we've seen this before, we've heard this before. You know, we've had quite a few of this competition over the years. As a matter of fact, we started back in 2007. We are here. And we're asking our coordinator, Ms. Kashina Joseph, to give us the rule break. Let's make her feel welcome. Ms. Kashina Joseph.
Thank you, Milia. Okay, so our rules are the competition is open to grade 3, 4, and 5 students, ages 10 and under. Students, well, they are dressed in complete uniform, and they'll be judged on the following rubric. The students will be assessed on their reading fluency on 3 passages between 100 to 200 words in round 1, which is a narrative round, and between 60 to 90 words in round 2 and 3, that's the sports and news rounds. The narratives, news items, and sports items for each participant will be different, but at the same level of difficulty. Assessment of a reading fluency will be based on the participants' reading accuracy, smoothness, confidence, and expression, and will be judged according to these: accurate reading of words, effectively reading the phrases as complete units, correct interpretation of punctuation, distinct pronunciation of punctuation, distinct pronunciation of all words, emphasis on keywords, effective conveyance of moods and feelings, effective use of volume and pitch, appropriate rate of reading selection, eye contact, participants' level of confidence, and ability to recover if a mistake is made. So the participants have already received their first piece, which is a narrative round, and they will be given the pieces before we start. So they have a few minutes to go over it. They can ask any member of the team if they have any questions, difficulties with any words. We will help them then. However, when we are in competition, they cannot get any help. So I'm sorry if your student is struggling. Don't whisper the word. Don't mouth the word to them. Okay? Everybody understand the rules and regulations. So we are going into our first round, which is a narrative round. That's a story. So students, you know, you have to express yourselves. If they say he shouted, you know what to do if he's sad, you know. So we are anticipating a great round. Round 1 was a tough round. The judges had a difficult time. So please give the judges another difficult time today. We are expecting great things from our students.
All right, and there you have it from the coordinator, Kashina Joseph. But let me, Kashina tend to speak very softly, and I'm here to project her voice. I heard you. I don't think they heard you. So please, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to ask for your utmost silence while the students are reading. Even if you feel that they may have made an error, please keep it to yourselves. We'd like to remind you, of course, that the judges are following the student's script, so they are tasked with the responsibility to know whether or not they've made any error. So we are about to get into our first round, but let me just take this opportunity to say a special thank you to our sponsors. Our headline sponsor, of course, the Dragon Windows. We say thank you so much to Republic Bank, DG Cell, The Realm, Emerald Movies, Peanuts Mountain Resorts Inc., Paradise Pier, National Cooperative Credit Union, Petro Caribe, Lafayette House Medical Laboratory. Other sponsors include Domlec, Oyo Construction, Jay's Bookstore, D-Treads, Dominica Health and Education Initiative, APP Electricals, OT Trucking and Septic Cleaners, Carlton Phillip Motorpool, Springfield Trading, Josephine Gabriel and Company Limited, Fine Foods Inc., J. Estefans and Company Limited, HHV Whitchurch and Company Limited, Duwasco, Lindo Mart, AC Shillingford and Company Limited, Fort Young Hotel, Continental Store. You'll have to correct me on this one, so I'm not going to say it. Gerard Dorset, TDN Media, Budding Writers Academy, Rainbow Construction, Hilltop Renovation, Old Stone Bar and Grill, Chez Wen Cuisine, Sunset Bay Club and Dive Resort, and Jolly's Pharmacy. Let's give it up for our sponsors. I mean, if it wasn't for them, we would not be able to be holding this competition this year. And you would have heard from Michelle Peters, who mentioned that this is the very first time that we are here at the Grand Bay Primary School ever since the start of the reading competition. I just wanted to know that has nothing to do with me. I had no part to play in coming here, but I'm happy to be here. Are you ready for reading? Lemon happy, c'est pas comme ça yo café, non? And so power. I'm hearing only people on that side, so we're gonna change the on the left. Are you ready for reading? Yeah. We're gonna see who's the strongest side today. On the right side, are you ready for reading? Yeah. I thought they said the left side was the strongest side. Let's go back to the left side. Are you ready for reading? Yeah. We equal now. And that's how we love it. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are ready. Just want to confirm that our judges, are you ready, judges? We heard from the coordinator that we want to give our judges a tough time here this afternoon. They say the wise men came from the east, but the better part of the world came from the south. And we are indeed in the south. So we call on our first reader in the narrative round. From the Newtown Primary School, let's welcome Amaya Simon.
"You're a coward, Harry," cried Dick. "I'm not," said Harry. "Well, climb up to the top of the school wall and jump down," then shouted David. "I don't want to," said Harry. "I might twist my ankle and then I shouldn't be able to play football tomorrow. I don't see any sense in doing all things like that." "Coward!" yelled everyone. Dick climbed to the top of the wall and stood there, balancing clearly. Then he jumped down. "Easily," he said proudly to Harry. "Go on, do it. I dare you to." "Dares are silly," said Harry. "You know they are. If everybody did all they were dared to, there would be an awful lot of broken arms and legs." "You're afraid," said Mike scornfully. "You say things like that because you are afraid." "No, I don't," said Harry. I'm not afraid. I have courage enough to stand here and refuse to do something silly which I could quite well do if I tried. I dare you to jump into the river on the way home, yelled Mike. You won't drown because the river isn't deep enough. You just prove you're not a coward, see? And jump into the river. And get soaked just to show you I am not a coward, said Harry. Coward, coward, Custard, yelled all the boys and danced round him in delight. Harry the coward, coward Harry. Harry was tempted to climb to the top of the wall straightway and jump down, just to show the boys what he thought of them, but he didn't. He might just twist his ankle because the wall was high, and how slowly not to be able to play in the football match just because he wanted to show off in front of the boys. Let me think he was a coward if they wanted to. He didn't care, but he didn't care. He cared dreadfully. He began to wonder if he really was a coward.
And that was Mr. Maya Simon from the Newtown Primary School. You see, I told all you before I started that I do have a few stories to tell. And as the story speaks about cowardness, or more so, braveness, not too far from here, there was a big sewage tree. Now, when you're a little girl and you like to play with boys, boys will give you a challenge. So there was a time where I was with a group of boys, of course, and if you know a sewage tree, the stem of a sewage tree is not that easy to climb, okay? It may have things that looking like where the branches may have caught off or fallen off or something, but it's not easy to climb. But I had to prove myself like a boy. And the sewage tree was at the back, and I wanted to climb. Let me tell you, like, I slide. They didn't call me coward, but it's like, what, you afraid, man? You afraid? I'm not afraid. So I tried. But I couldn't make it on top. Honestly, I couldn't. And my hand just slipped, and I fell down, boop. But I got up again, and the boys still applauded me, and I stayed with the boys, and I grew up like a boy with the boys, you know. But, you know, there will always be challenges from your peers to do something that would maybe just tap into your courage. Not necessarily want to call you a coward, but sometimes to tap into your courage and see if you're courageous enough to make certain attempts. So just to let you know who our judges are this afternoon. On your right, well, he's the only man there, Mr. Prince Saint Jean is Dominica's first trained archivist and functions as a librarian, at the Roseau Public Library, and holds a master's degree in archive administration. He has also functioned in the capacity of librarian 2 at the Portsmouth and Roseau Library, the National Documentation Center, and the Archives Unit. He served as reading coach to Miss Kennelly Barron, 2017 DBS Radio National winner, who placed third in the OECS reading competition. Mr. Saint-Jean also prepared grade 6 pupils for social studies component of the grade 6 national assessment. So you see, when he's down there, he can read. Give it up for Mr. Prince Saint-Jean. And we are getting set for our second reader from the Girardel Primary School, Carissa Marie.
I have never done anything brave, he thought. I've never rescued anyone from drowning or from a burning house or anything like that. I wonder if I am a coward. I do hope I'm not. One afternoon, he took another way home and managed to give the boys a sleep. He went down Chestnut Way and walked beside the high wall that ran round Chestnut House. Across old man lived there with a crowd of growling dogs. Nobody went into the grounds if they could help it. Round the corner, he came across two people. One was a small girl and she was crying. The other was a big boy, bigger than Harry, from the school at the other end of town. "What's the matter?" said Henry to the little girl. "He's thrown my doll over the wall," wept the child. "It was Amelia, my best doll. She'll be broken. She'll be eaten up by dogs." "What a horrid thing to do," said Harry to the big boy. The boy put his fist at once. "I'll fight you if I talk like that to me," he said. Then there came a noise of voices and footsteps, and round the corner came Henry's schoolfellows, Dick, Mike, David, and the rest. "Here he is," cried Dick. "Here's Harry, old cowardly custard." "Shut up," said Harry. "Something's happened. This big lout has thrown this little girl's doll over the wall. I was just going to fight him." The boy started at the big boy who still had his fist up. They looked at Harry, who was much smaller. "I'll take him on after you've finished with him, Harry," said Dick. "So will I," said Mike. The big boy looked scared. "I'm not fighting with the whole lot of you," he said, and quite suddenly he turned to his heel and fled away as fast as he could down the road. "He was bigger than me, I know, but I have learned boxing and I could have beaten him up easily," said Harry. The little girl gave a sob. "I don't like the boys to fight," she said. "I want my doll."
And that was Miss Carissa Marie from the Girardel Primary School. Now, many of you, if not all of you were here, because most of you here attend the primary school, would have experienced some form of higas, not true? Do you all still say higas? Nah, I don't think so. But I remember in my days, when you hear higas, the whole school would run. And let me tell you, in that year there, so a lot of higas. Right, miss? Yes. There'll be a lot of higas right here in the schoolyard. But you'll always find that, those who are stronger will pick on those who are smaller based on stature. But never underestimate the short man boy. You only remember the story of Goliath? Okay. Never test a short man, because you see, Dean, he's short, but he's good for himself. That's our technician, by the way. Just to let you know who our other judges are. In center stage, she goes by the name of Gail Sensi. She's the manager's secretary at DBS Radio. She holds a degree in communication and has held several positions within the telecommunications sector, administration, and human resource over the past 30 years. So let me tell you, if you're communicating right, she knows. If you're communicating wrong, she knows. And she's from a certain country that knows a lot about communications. Saint Lucie. Give it up for Miss Gail Sensi. And we call now on our third reader. From the Bellevue Chopin Primary School, let's welcome Mr. Nez Nicholas.
At the high wall. It is jolly high, said Mike. Be difficult to get up, and I shouldn't like to jump down the other side. I'd be afraid I couldn't get back. And those dogs might come rushing up, said Dick. And that fierce old man might come along. The little girl wiped her eyes and looked very miserable. Goodbye. She suddenly called her doll over the wall. Goodbye, Amelia. I can't get you. Then she suddenly burst into tears again. Harry put his arm around her. Don't cry, he said. I've got a little sister at home just like you. And I've often rescued her dolls for her. I'll get yours. Don't worry. Oh, how will you? Cried the little girl, and she smiled up at Harry. But how can you? You just see, said Harry. He ran a little way up the road where the tree leaned over the wall. He was up the tree and in a flash. What are you going to do? Cried Dick. You can't jump down the other side, idiot. You never get back. And those dogs are always about. Well, you come and do it then, said Harry. But nobody wanted to. They all stood and watched Harry swing himself onto the top of the tree wall. The little boy looked down the other side and it was a big jump. Bigger than from the top of the school wall. Suppose he broke his ankle. Well, he wouldn't. He wasn't going to disappoint the little girl that he had said that he would get a doll. He swung himself down from the wall and landed on the ground. He fell to the soft earth and gave himself a slight jolt. On top of the wall to watch him, the little boy looked for the doll. Ah, there it was, caught in the bush. He went over to get it. Suddenly, not far off, he heard a bark. Golly, the dogs are about. Then he snatched the doll.
And that was Nez Nicholas from the Bellevue Chopin Primary School. Nez, ça va fait?
I am good, thank you.
Nez, let's do that again. Ça va fait? You're supposed to answer me. Tell me something in Creole. Ou bien?
Ou bien.
Ah, ou bien. All right. Nez, ola ou ka weste?
Ou bien.
Well, I just asked you, Nez, where do you live? Ola Kaweste?
Bombay.
Kaweste Guambe? Efe okale l'école primary Bellevue.
Sure. Heat boy primary.
All right, because I okale l'école primary Bellevue Chopin, c'est ça?
Yes.
You're supposed to say oui. Yes is oui.
Oui.
Oui. All right. Merci en pile.
Merci. Merci.
All right. It's all about reading and Creole here at this competition. And let's just take this opportunity. I believe our judges are ready, so we'll just call on our next reader here this afternoon from the Bagatelle Primary School, Jem Dorival.
But before he could get back to the wall and get the other boys to drag him up, a big dog came running around the bushes. He saw Harry and growled. The boy began back toward the wall. The dog growled so fiercely that he stopped. The boys on the wall held their breath. Surely the big dog would not fly at Harry. What's happening? Oh, what's happening? Cried the little girl, who was on the path outside the wall. Is that one of the dogs growling at Harry? There are 2 dogs now. No, 3, said Dick, and stared down from the wall in horror. Harry made a dash for it. We will help you up. Don't be afraid. I am not afraid, said Harry. But I know jolly well if I do make a dash for the wall, the dogs will be on me. I must try to make friends with them. That's all. He boldly held out of his hand palm downwards to the nearest dog. Good dog, he said. Fine fellow. The dog growled, but not so fiercely as before. Harry still held out his hand. Then the dog sniffed at it. Good dog, said Harry again. Fine fellow. Fine fellow. The dog turned his back on Harry as if he was no longer interested in him. Harry stretched. I am a friend. A friend, see? And you are a good dog. The dog growled. Then he put back his head and barked loudly. Dick almost fell off the wall in sudden fright. Harry made a move towards the wall, but the second and third dogs came close to him at once, growling. It was plain that they were not going to allow him to escape. Harry looked at them in despair. He couldn't stay there all day, but what was he going to do? The dogs suddenly pricked up their ears and turned their heads. The boys heard a deep voice calling, "What's the matter with you, Boris? Why are you barking, Leo? Come here and stop your noise." It's the old man, whispered Dick to Mike.
Now, oh, poor old Harry is properly caught.
Jem Dorival from the Bagatelle Primary School. We want to say a special good afternoon for those of you at Bagatelle tuned in or listening to this competition. Our third judge for this afternoon is Mrs. Josette Seraphine Hedrington, who is the president and the international commissioner of the Girls Guides Association of Dominica. Currently, ahead of us, a broadcaster at DBS Radio. Among other hats she has to wear, she holds a degree in travel managing and a diploma in child care education, and has over 30 years experience in travel and early childhood education. Now I can attest to the traveling part. Yes, I think you and I are giving each other competition. Give it up for our third judge, Mrs. Josette Seraphine Hedrington. We are getting ready for our fifth reader in the narrative round from the Tedmon Primary School, Kieran Loda. Karen Loda.
Let's go while there's time. That would be cowardly, said Mike at once. We must stay and stick by Harry. A man came around the bushes. He had thick black hair streamed with silver and shaggy black eyebrows that looked very fierce. He frowned when he saw Harry standing there. So you came into my grounds, and the dogs found you, did they? He demanded. And what were you doing here? I'd like to know. Come after my plums. No, sir, said Harry. I wouldn't dream of such a thing. The man looked at him closely. I've seen you before, he said. Aren't you the boy that the others call Coward Custard? When you go down the road? Yes, sir, said Harry, going red. But I'm not a coward. A clear little voice came over the wall. It was the little girl speaking. He's brave. A big boy threw my doll Amelia over your wall, and Harry went to fetch her. He isn't a coward. He's brave. Please don't let your dogs hurt him. The old man saw the doll under Harry's arm. He saw the row of boys sitting on the wall, looking rather ashamed, so he said to Harry, "You, the boy that the others shout at after, are the one that jumps down into the grounds where you know there are dogs to get a little girl's doll, and the others sit up there in safety. Cowards, all of them. You are worth 100 of them. Throw the little girl's doll over to her and come and have tea with me." "Well, thanks very much, sir, but I'd rather go with the others if you don't mind," said Harry. "They are not cowards, sir. They've often done things they have dared me to do. I'm not a coward either, but they thought I was." "Well, you're not, Harry. You're braver than all of us," shouted down Mike, "and more sensible too. You only do daring things when there's a real reason for them. We did them just for silly show-off. We never call you coward again."
Mr. Kieran, come to me, please. Comment we Let's do that again. Kieran. Is Kieran or Kieran?
Karen.
Kieran. Comment vous y Ou bien? Karen. Yes. Où aimez-vous? Do you like to laugh?
No.
So I was asking you, how are you? Comment vous y
I am very fine.
Well, let's translate that. Moi bien. Can you say that?
More bien.
Ou bien?
More bien.
All right. Quelle école vous allez?
Tetmon Primary.
Oh, you understood this one. Come. So if you understood this one, let's try another one. Ou qui class?
Grade 3.
All right. Let's see. Quel âge vous? You notice what happened there, right? How old are you, Karen?
I am 8 years old.
Moni 8 ans.
Moni 8 ans.
All right. Thank you so much, Karen. What just happened is that he noticed or he understood a few of the English words. And he put it into perspective. And then he was able to answer the question. But when you go full Creole, it is something different. So we have to try our utmost to go full Creole. Of course, for their sake, we have to, bring it down a little bit to make them understand. But when you really speak Creole, we try our utmost not to include. Of course, there are borrowed words from the English, but we try our utmost not to include too much English in our Creole. All right. So, our next reader, reading at number 6, the Mont Prosper Primary. Let's welcome Julene Hazel.
Donald was quite a nice boy, except when he played games. He cheats. Do you know anybody who cheats? They are such a nuisance, aren't they? Well, Donald cheated when he played cards, and he cheated when he played Ludo or Snakes and Ladders. He'd say he had a 6 when he hadn't. And he'd say that he'd shouted snap first when Simon or Tom had. And he'd take up the cards and put them with his pile. It was really hard. Donald, you're cheating, his mother would say. Donald, don't cheat, said the children. Games are no fun if somebody cheats. But Donald was on cheating, and his mother became very worried. Because, you see, if a child cheats when he's little, he'll cheat when he grows up, and that is very, very bad. And sooner or later, there comes a hard punishment. Still, the other children knew what to do, as you'll see soon. Look here, we simply must scare Donald, said Susan. He's such a nice boy, except at games. But we'll soon hate him if he keeps cheating, because it's so unfair. Yes, but what can we do? Asked Tom. We've told him and told him. Telling isn't much good, said Ronnie. We must show him what cheating is really like. Now listen, next time we play games with Donald, we'll all cheat, just to show him how horrid it is. He won't like it a bit. Every time we play with him, we'll cheat. He'll soon get very tired of it. But I don't want to cheat, said Susan, who was a very honest and truthful little girl. I should feel so horrid and uncomfortable inside if I did. And I should go very red too. Well, Susan, you won't be really cheating, explained Tom. It's just pretend, you know. We'll never do it after we've killed Donald. You can be quite sure of that. All right, said Susan, I'll try. So that day after tea, when the 4 children sat down to play Snap, the cheating began.
All right, and this was Julian Hazel. Yes, I want to get it right, because there's one in the middle. You know, we always give our children. Why do we give our children so many names, by the way? How many of you have more than your name and surname? Let me just see a show of hands. How many of you have more than name and surname? Including adults. Come on, don't be ashamed. Just imagine. Now, how many of you can spell all your names? Okay, let's try that again. How many of you cannot spell all your names? Okay, I see one too. And I will understand why, because we're being very creative these days. We all want our children to be special, feel different. So we create these new and modernized names that sometimes you cannot pronounce. And I'm going to give you a famous example that I always use. Imagine you're a teacher and a student comes to school for the first day and you're taking roll call. And you're looking at your book and you see La, Sha. Listen to me carefully, you know. You're saying La, Sha. But between La and Sha, there's a hyphen. So you're saying, who's Lasha? First day of school, Lasha does not respond. Anybody goes by the name of Lasha? Nobody responds. You call everybody else's name, they are present except one child, a little girl. Miss, you didn't call my name. What is your name, darling? Ladasha. So how is a teacher supposed to know that you pronounce the dash? So the child's name is Ladasha, but spells La, dash, Sha. We can be very creative, but sometimes we complicate the lives of our children. My mother, I'm not sure what she was thinking about. But thank you, Mommy, thank you. But there's one I will not be using ever. Let's move on to our next reader. From the St. Luke's Primary School, Zain Shemiakov.
Of course, Donald always did cheat, but the other 3 cheated too. When there was a real snap, Donald shouted snap before the others. He was really first, but Susan calmly took up the cards and put them into her pack. Susan, you're a cheat. I was first, cried Donald in a rage. Give me those cards. No, Donald, they're mine, said Susan, and she just wouldn't give them up. Then Tom shouted, snap, and picked up all Donald's cards at once. Donald made a grab at them, but it was too late. It wasn't a snap, he said, almost crying. You've taken all my cards. I haven't any left. You're not playing fair. Why, Donald? What? Do you mind that? Said Susan in surprise. You never play fair yourself, do you? So why do you mind us playing the same way as you? I don't want to play cards if you're going to cheat, said Donald sulkily. Let's play snakes and ladders. So Ronnie got out the snakes and ladders board and they each choose their counters. You know snakes and ladders, don't you? If your counter happens to go on the head of a snake, you have to slide down it right to the tail. And if you get at the bottom of a ladder, you may go up to the top. Of course, it's very nice to get on a ladder, and very hurried to go down a snake. You can guess that Donald found plenty ways to cheat at snakes and ladders. But this time, the others cheated too. Tom went up the very first ladder he came to. Really, he needed a 5 to go up, and he only thrown a 4. Donald was very cross. You can't go up that ladder, he said. You threw a 4. You wanted a 5. Certainly not, said Tom. I shall stay at the top. Then Susan cheated. She should have gone down a snake, but she didn't. She hopped over its head to the next square. Donald glared at her.
Zain Shemeyakov. Come please, Zain. I'm saying it correctly this time. Shemeyakov. Okay. Zain. You guys say Zain? No. Okay. Zain. What do you know about Creole?
It's almost like French.
That is almost like French. What do you know in Creole?
How to say my name?
I don't think that can be translated. Okay, so if I were to ask you in Creole, you would be able to answer me. Correct? You think so? Saki no.
No more says Zain Shemeyakov.
That's right. You're correct. What else can you tell me in Creole?
My home age.
You want to tell me your age? Okay. Saki laju?
Mweni neuf nani.
Zain, you're telling me you can speak Creole like as if you can. I suspect you can speak more than what you're telling me, right, Zain? Ola uka weste?
Mweka weste Gomie Stewart.
Ola uka weste?
Gomie Stewart.
Gomie Stewart. Anybody knows what that is?
Jodel.
She Rotel. You understand? One more question. I know I ask you. Can you give me the background behind Shemeyakov?
Alexander.
Alexander. Okay. Thank you so much, Zain. Thank you. I think it was his fear of not getting his response wrong. But he was just processing it. But Zain, you can, and I can tell you, you are Creole, even if your name sound, from another. Yes. All right, so we are moving on with our next reader from the Grand Bay Primary School, Mackenzie Teat.
Susan, I know you should have gone down that snake. Go down at once. No, I'm on the next square, said Susan. Well, you shouldn't be. You should have supped on that snake's head and gone all the way down, said Donald. You know,
Donald was so busy scolding the others for cheating that he quite forgot to cheat himself. But when Ronnie cried out that he'd eaten them all, Donald was very angry indeed. You haven't won, she shouted to Ronnie. You didn't get the right number to go to the end. You should be there. And he moved Ronnie's counter backwards. No, I've won. And you're last, cried Ronnie. Donald banged on the board and upset all the counters. They rolled over the floor. I shan't play snakes and ladders anymore with you if you cheat like this, he cried. It isn't any fun. Well, let's play hide and seek, said Tom, getting up. I'll hide my eyes first and count 100. Donald loved hide and seek. He was very good at finding splendid places to hide. I know a jolly good place, he said, and he ran off. I'm going to peep, said Tom. Donald is beginning to find that cheating isn't at all pleasant when other people do it, and he won't like if all his fine hiding places are found at once. So Tom peeped, and he saw that Donald was squeezing himself behind the woodshed, which was a good place to hide indeed. You're peeping, shouted Donald angrily. It isn't fair. I shall hide somewhere else. Tom counted out loud. 75, 76, 77, 78, and he peered to see where Donald was going this time. 100, shouted Tom. The others all could, and Tom ran to find them. He ran and caught Donald. Tom, you cheated. I saw you peeping, cried Donald. He was beginning to feel very much puzzled at everyone's behavior. It wasn't like the other children to cheat. Y kept winning, and he kept losing.
Mackenzie sits. Mackenzie, I suspect you were ready to come, baby. I suspected that. In as much as you were ready, I am also ready for you. Come on, yeah?
Mola.
Ula. All right. Come on, Gasoti Kou. Ula?
Yes.
Ula?
Yes.
Qui l'a joué, Mackenzie?
Nine.
Ou ni 9 l'année?
Yes.
Où est l'école?
Yes.
Qui non l'école ou?
Grabbing primary school.
Avec qui non met l'école? Met l'école ou? Qui non met l'école là? If you don't know his name, I don't think he'll come back to school. What's your principal's name?
Evans James.
Evans James. Does he teach you any subject?
No.
No, he doesn't. Do you love Mr. James as a principal?
Yes.
Thank you so much, Mackenzie.
Welcome.
Well, I can tell you, I loved him as a teacher. That was one, if not the best, mathematics teacher. He claims, and I heard him say that to a few students, he said I was one of his best students. I was strong in mathematics once upon a time. I loved mathematics, and I think I had the best mathematics teacher, Mr. Evans James. Give it up for Mr. Evans James. Does he still teach? Does he still teach? Well, I guess you're here for that now. Well, he was a teacher then. He's a principal now. All right. Let me just quickly run through some of our sponsors. Domlec, Duasco, a Dominica Health and Education Initiative supporting the Dominican community, Springfield Trading, Jay's Bookstore, Sunset Bay Club, and a Seaside Dive Resort. Buddin Writers Academy, thank you so much for your sponsorship in this year's reading competition. All right, so we are moving on to our ninth reader here this afternoon from the Trafalgar Primary. Julio Saflo. That's it? I got it right? One more time for Julio Saflo.
Once when Jinky went by Mother Good's, he saw her nice round face clock. Now Jinky had no clock, and he had always wanted one like Mother Goody's. He peeped in at the kitchen door. There was no one inside. Then the naughty little fellow ran to the mantelpiece, took down the clock, hid it under his coat, and ran home. Mother Goody has 2 clocks, so she can spare me this one, said Jinky to himself. But I'd better not put it on my mantelpiece in case anyone comes in and sees it. I will hide it. So he put it under his ladder. No sooner had he done that than Dame Fanny came in for a chat. Jinky gave her a chair, and they sat talking away for a long time. But as they talked, a curious noise was gradually heard. It was the noise of ticking, but, dear me, such loud ticking. Tick-tock, tick-tock, tick-tock. What's that noise? Said Dame Fanny, looking around in surprise. What noise? Said Jinky, going red and wondering why the clock ticked so loudly. That loud sort of ticking, tick-tock noise, said Dame Fanny. I can't see a clock anywhere. It seems to come from your ladder too. How strange, Jinky. What can it be? Oh, just the cat in there, I expect, said Jinky, still very red. Don't you think you ought to be going now? Dame Fanny, I believe I heard the bus coming. Dame Fanny jumped up in a hurry. Forgetting all about the noise, she said goodbye and ran down the path. Jinky was glad to see her go. He went to the ladder, opened the door, and glared at the clock, which was now ticking softly again. You stupid thing, said Jinky. I suppose you thought you'd let Dame Fanny know you were here. Well, to punish you, I'll take you up to my bedroom and put you into the dark wardrobe. Then nobody can hear you ticking.
And that was Julio Souffler representing the Trafalgar Primary School. Well, in the beginning of this competition, we did ask those of you in the audience to try your utmost to be as silent as you possibly can. However, we are still hearing one or two mumbling, and I'm not sure what else to call it. So please remain as quiet as you possibly can. Back then they would tell us we don't want to hear a pin drop when the students are reading. Try, please try, because you would want the same if you were up front reading, right? You'd want that, not you? No? Yes? Yes, we would. All right. And we just heard from Mr. Julio Souffler, who is 9 years of age, currently in grade 4 at the Trafalgar Primary School. His favorite subject is science, and his favorite sport is football. Now I know why they call you Julio. This is indeed a football name. So you know sometimes we already foresee what our child can be, right? Right, so I suspect that's what happened. All right, so we are now calling on the final reader in this narrative round from the Soufriya Primary School. Let's welcome Faith Shillingford.
So he took the clock upstairs and put it into his wardrobe. He shut the door loudly. When he got downstairs, he found his friend, Peter Penny, there. "Hello," said Peter. "Can I have a drink of lemonade, Jinky? I'm so thirsty." Jinky poured out a drink, and just as he was doing it, there came the sound of a bell ringing loudly. Ring, ring. "Good gracious, what's that?" said Peter, jumping. He split the lemonade in his fright. "Must be someone at the front door," said Jinky. But there wasn't anybody there. The bell rang again, even more loudly. "Perhaps it's someone at the back door," said Peter Penny. But there was nobody there either. Still, the bell went on ringing and ringing. "Sounds like an alarm clock going off," said Peter, puzzled. "But you haven't got a clock, have you, Jinky?" Jinky went red and didn't answer. Of course, the noise was made by that tiresome clock. Still, it went on ringing. "I don't think I like it, Jinky," said Peter, getting up. It's very strange. A bell ringing like that and nobody at the door. Goodbye. Jinky tore upstairs to the clock and took it out of the wardrobe. It stopped ringing and looked up at him with a cheeky round face. It waved its hands at him and then clapped them together. Tick-tock, I gave you a shock, ticked the clock, and clapped its hands again. You're going to get a shock now, said naughty Jinky, and he took the clock down to the dustbin. He put it inside and clapped the lid on it. There, now the dustman can take you when he comes. But the clock didn't mind. It ticked loudly in the dustbin. It rang its bell as loudly as an ice cream man's, and it jumped up and down against the tin lid of the dustbin, making a tremendous noise.
And that was the thing for Shillingford from the Soufriere Primary School. So we've come to the end of the narrative round in this afternoon's competition. So you all can take a little, relax for now until we get to round 2. However, we have a presentation from Joanna Henry, a student of the Pierre Charles Secondary School. Joanna, we are never shy here. Let's make her feel welcome. Joanna Henry. Now, Joanna, I'm not sure if you got the memo, but this year's competition is under the theme Reading and Creole. I'm not exactly sure what your presentation is. I'm just going by the directives of our coordinator. But sometimes I like to take matters into my own hands. Ça qu'a fait?
Moi bien.
Ou bien? Ou c'est mon Gwabe?
Oui.
Ou la kawesti Gwabe?
Center.
Kawesti center. Ou le di nou ki lajou? Ok, ok d'accord. Ou pale di nou lajou. All right. Ou ka ale ki l'école?
Pecha Secondary.
L'école secondaire Pierre Charles. Ou an ki classe?
13, fourth form.
Third form. All right. Ki sa ou eme pli kont Creole? It's all right. It's all right. There's no competition here. Ou eme Creole?
No.
Ou eme Creole? Puchi? Okay. What can you say in Creole? Joanna, I know you're just trying to be shy. Ou se moun center. Ou ka west center. Mais ou se moun center, ou leve center, ou fait center?
Oui.
All right. Ou eme Gwabe?
No.
Ou eme Gwabe? I'm not sure if you're in the right place, boy. But we're going to change that this afternoon. But you are here to make a presentation, am I correct?
Oui.
Oh, and Jenza, oui. Okay, what are you going to do for us?
Parler code Dominic.
Mais tout à l'heure, vous parlez que vous même parler créole. Et bien, jodi, après ça, vous voulez parler code Dominic. Qui ça vous dit code Dominic? What would you like to say about Dominica?
The rivers. I'm going to talk about the rivers, the people, and what I think I need to change.
Pour ça, vous pouvez parler contre la rivière, moun, et bien ça, vous croyez qu'il besoin changer?
Oui.
All right, take it away now.
Dominique, or bel pays. Sel pays ya Caribe qui ni tout ça la vie. Moi les savent. Oui là ça tan ça. Ou ça aller hot emerald pool, sari titou gauche pour taper un bel tibé. Marito. Ba moi 3 pas de figue et ben yon morceau d'achine pour me faire un bel prof. Ou ka tan ça. Nous ni bon moun avec bon manger, mais pas tout le monde qui bon. Et puis moi m'en fâché vous savez parce que moun ka voye toute zone isolée dans la vie a ka vini cherche et moun pas ka même aider yon et l'autre. Yo ka vini pli angoisse avec ou pas raison. Mais mon yo bagay bazo. A nous vini ensemble pour sauver pays nous, place nous avec tien nous.
Okay, Joanna. Merci un peu. All right, thank you so much. Oh, there's a party Creole then. So you heard it from Joanna. Nous ne pouvons venir ensemble pour sauver place nous, pour sauver chez nous, messieurs, mesdames. Parce que Joanna dit, vous savez, c'est juste là nous qu'à vivre. Et puis check qui wed. Nous pas qu'à vivre en l'amitié qu'on nous supposé. C'est juste là il plie aisé pour nous faire l'ennemi. Il plie aisé pour nous haïr. Là il supposé plus facile pour nous aimer yon et l'autre. On nous boite bravo encore pour Joanna Henry de l'école secondaire Guabe. We're going to take a quick pause now and listen to a few words from our sponsors. We're back with round 2 in just a short while.
Welcome to Paradise Pier, your ultimate destination for cherished celebrations. Soothe your soul every Thursday at the iconic Reggae on the Boardwalk. Unwind at our Friday after work chill. Then come savor our delicious fish and mixed broth on Saturdays at Broth by the Bay. Vintage Sundays, where you can be assured to hear some tunes from yesteryear golden era while enjoying the perfect Sunday meal. Daily lunch is always ready from 12 p.m. Parties, beachside weddings, functions. Our venue is setting the mood for your every occasion, private and public. Book your slice of paradise today, where every event becomes an unforgettable story. Call or WhatsApp 235-1535 for booking. Paradise Pier, your feel-good place.
Dragon window, you came to the fore. You are the best in windows, fencing and doors. Build resilience and good quality. You work hand in hand with the community. You are world class. Yes, you built to last. Your product is the best. The only window could test. Dragon windows. Watch me. In Dominica you were born. You are number one dragon. Dragon window.
We have relocated to our new factory at Woodbridge Bay, Fokole, opposite the port. Telephone 448-0253, 315-1500 and 275-7372.
Dragon windows.
Step into the Realm Restaurant, where every meal is an adventure inspired by Game of Thrones. Enjoy our diverse menu and extensive wine selection. Live jazz on Wednesdays, top DJs on Thursdays, Fridays, and Saturdays. Don't miss our Monday discounts and Tuesday happy hour. Wear Creole attire for a special treat. Book your table now. Call 767-235-6669. The Realm Restaurant, where dining becomes enchantment. Enchantment.
Nou kay la la te ven mouve. Nou kay la juste y primeje. Nou kay la pou ede ou. Ek nou isi pou si pou. Ou kay toujou nisi pou nou. Ou sa te pa asou nou. Kay fwe proposyon epi ou. Nou se nou sa ni konfiansa dan. Ou kata ni sa ou kani. Nou sap sa ou kakachile. Nou popon sa ki eche ou. Ni konfesa nou pou fesa nou ni pou fe.
Republic Bank, nous sayons la pour.
Have
that one friend or family member who just loves sending messages? Amazing! Introducing our new Prime Ultra bundles with endless social messaging for WhatsApp, Instagram, Facebook, and Snapchat. Message as much as you want on the fastest mobile network in Dominica. Send messages anytime and anywhere. Get more data to keep you connected with your family and friends. Download the MyDigital app to activate your new Prime Ultra bundle or visit any of our retail stores today. Digicel, keeping you better connected.
A vacation in the mountains, a staycation outside the city, or a stay surrounded by greenery. Whatever the choice may be, Pinard's Mountain Resort Inc. is perfect for you. Nestled in the hills of Point Michel, just 10 minutes from the city, Pinard's Mountain Resort Inc. features self-contained cottages with breathtaking views, fine dining, bar and pool services. Come spend quality time with family, escape with a few friends, or just time for two. Pinard's Mountain Resort Inc. is an all-in-all waiting to serve you. Call 285-9143 or email pinardsmrinc@gmail.com for more info. Because at Pinard's Mountain Resort Inc., life never felt this good.
Petro Caribe. Tank installation is part of our mission. Excellent client support is what we got. Contribution to development of Dominica. Supply of LPG at an affordable rate. Let's go. Petro Caribe straight. No time to waste. So come on everyone with me to Petro Caribe. 250 gallon propane tank. 420 pound propane tank. 100 pound LPG cylinder. Petro Caribe. 20 pound fiberglass cylinder. Petro Caribe. 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 From the cradle to the grave, you don't want to be no slave. You need a loan you want to save. Welcome and visitors today. Hey, with a commitment to quality. What? Therefore you and me was one big family, but now it's a community. True. Making life easy. Yes. Like ABC. No matter who you are, you can benefit. When you bring your mortgage
with rates as low as 5% and loans for all your needs.
Open an MRA.
Save for your golden years and take advantage of our savings products.
We will finance your business.
Checking accounts, small business loans, wire transfers, and so much more.
NCCU all the way. Wow!
Your community financial partner.
NCCU.
Slowly but surely, many men and women are becoming as tough turkeys. We are stuffing ourselves with all kinds of oily and fatty foods. And like a kitchen sink filled with muck, the body system is unable to cope, thus resulting in blocked artery strokes and all kinds of diseases. But from the land of many rivers, the nature island of the Caribbean, Dominica, which has more persons living to be 100 years and over per capita than any other country in the world, comes a natural solution, the pure and crystal clear Tuapito water. Yes, straight from the mountains of the famous Tuapito and into a bottle, nothing added if all impurities treated. Look out for Tuapito water in 1.5 or 0.5 liter bottles. Natural water with minerals for life. Listen to the news. Dominica records yet another centenarian thanks to clean, clear and fresh water. Tuapito water from Dominica.
welcome back to this afternoon's reading competition. If you're now joining us live, we're here in the most beautiful community in the Dominica, here at the Grand Bay Primary School, presenting you with competition 2 of the first round of the DBS Radio Ministry of Education headline sponsor, a Dragon Windows reading competition. Our students are ready. They've already gone through their reading piece. And in this round, the students will each read a news piece. A news piece which was once read live on DBS Radio. Before we go into second round, I want to make special mention of our sponsors, Oyo Construction, Speed and Quality, D-Treads, going further for less, APP Electricals, we do it better, Fine Foods Inc., the biggest distributor of the biggest brands found in Dominica, Shewen Cuisine, serve good food with good service, J.R. Stephens and Company Limited, right place, right price. Lindomart, we serve, you save. Gerard Dorset and Jolly's Pharmacy, leading the way in healthcare. And while you are here, just want to make special mention of Mr. Willie Favry here, one of our elders here in Grand Bay. He will be passing around with a big envelope, and it's big for a reason. No, you have to pass again. This is second round. You have to make a second round. You know how it goes. And of course, he'll be making a collection, requesting from you, the audience, a small contribution towards the Education Trust Fund. Now, let me tell you something. For those of you who are listening, will be in your area pretty soon. We're asking whenever you go to this reading competition, pa mache la me balan. Don't come with your hand empty. Because without your contribution, the Education Trust Fund will not be able to help some of our needy students here in Dominica. And you know the funny thing? Sometimes we play hard to give, and I'm not saying you can't give all the time, but we play hard to give, and we are the ones who apply for that same help from that very same organization who's asking for your contribution. Just imagine when September, August, July reach, all you apply and all you have a habit, or like you say, the check ready now? It cannot be ready if there are no contributions made. This is why we are asking you, as small as it is, to make a contribution. You are helping a needy student. May not be yours, but someone else who needs it. All right? So I'm not going to use the Creole word for that. I'm just going to ask you nicely again, please make a contribution. And you in the black shirt, you can make you have plenty. So every round you see Mr. Favre pass, put in it, all right? One black shirt I see in. So it makes no sense to look about I'm talking to you. All right, so again, we are ready for our second round. Again, a reading of the news piece. So we'll now be calling on the first reader in this round. Let's make her feel welcome one more time. From the Newtown Primary School, Amaya Simon.
DBS News.
Finance Minister Dr. Irvin McIntyre says a comprehensive review and reclassification exercise conducted for the public service is complete. Dr. McIntyre announced this on Thursday during the certificate ceremony of a development management course for 28 senior public officers. The course was spearheaded by CRED and delivered by the UWI Open Campus. Outstanding student of the course was Carla Watt Walsh, project officer at the Basic Needs Trust Fund.
Amaya, please come. I'm not sure if you thought you escaped, but I'm just doing it at random. Good afternoon to you, Amaya.
Afternoon.
Ou bien? Ou bien? I'm going to translate. Are you okay? Are you well? How are you?
Fine.
Muy bien.
No more sa Amia Simon.
No more say somebody told you to tell me that one?
No.
No? But I haven't asked you the question. So what did you just tell me?
My name is Amia Simon.
Your name is Amia, but I didn't ask the question, but it's fine. Thank you so much. No more say Amia Simon.
Oui.
What else can you tell me in Creole?
Nothing else.
Nothing else? Okay. Well, we're going to work on that a little bit, all right? All right. Thank you so much. One more time for Amia Simon. I think when she probably heard the others, she just decided she's going to say no more say. All right. Which is good. That is how you learn. Our second reader from the Girardel Primary School, Carissa Marie.
DBS News.
A call has been issued to individuals who wish to hike certain segments of the Waitikubuli National Trails to abide the Forestry Division's protocols. The call came from a technical officer at the Forestry Division with responsibility for the Waitikubuli National Trail. He was speaking on the Ministry of Environment program on DBS radio this morning.
Carissa Marie. I think she ran from me. Next round, Carissa? Next time around? Oh, okay. Yes. So you just heard from Miss Marie speaking on the segments, the Waitukubuli National Trail segment. Of course, there are 14 of those here in Dominica, and I urge each and every one of you, if not, and we have a driver here. I think he's a tour. Yes, you're still driving now? So if all you want to go on tour, just check him. You see, I'm just putting you in business right away. All right, so if you all want to go on tour, just check him. And of course, I'm pretty sure he knows quite a few of the segments, right? Yes, it's a beautiful thing to explore your own, to know your country. How else can you tell somebody to come to Dominica and if you have not experienced your own? And Dominica is a beautiful place to explore. It's all about nature here, and then it's all about reading. Our third reader in this afternoon's news segment from the Bellevue Chopin Primary School. Let's welcome again Nez Nicholas.
DBS News.
A Jubilee Award and Recognition ceremony will take the spotlight as the Dominica Association of Persons with Disabilities, DAPD, celebrates 40 years of existence. The organization, which has survived for 4 decades, continues to promote and protect the human rights and dignity of persons with disabilities in Dominica. President of DABA, Irma Raymond Joseph, says several activities are planned to celebrate this significant milestone.
And that was Nez Nicholas of the Bellevue Chopin. And to speak to me again now? I appreciate that, Ned. It shows that you're quite interested in Creole. Nez is currently in grade 3 at the Bellevue Chopin Primary School. He's loving. I think I saw that. Polite. I think I saw that too. And he has a very inquiring mind. I think I saw that too. Thank you so much, Nez, for being a part of this year's reading competition. Let me just say a special good afternoon to the folks of Bellevue Chopin. Reader number 4 from the Bagatelle Primary School, Jem Dorival.
Tourism Minister.
DBS News.
Tourism Minister Dennis Charles' Time magazine recognition of Dominica has further opened up the destination to the world. The Tory minister said the Time magazine recognition has come at a time when Dominica's tourism product has been enjoying success in recent times. She says Time magazine's recognition of Culebri Ridge and the Waitikobuli Sea Trail is encouraging.
Thank you so much, Jem Dorival. Jem, come. Bon après-midi. Let's do that again. Bon après-midi. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
All right. Jem, can I call you Jem? Do you know what your name means?
Yes.
Can you tell me and everyone who's here and those who are listening and viewing, what does your name mean?
My name Jem means love.
Let's be more specific.
I love.
I love. Now that you know and you've known what your name means, I guess since you've been born, do you love your name?
Very much.
Why do you love your name so much?
The name speaks for itself.
Okay, well, guess what? Jem. Thank you so much. The name speaks for itself. All right, so we are advancing in this round and we are moving quite quickly. We know we were at Bagatelle, so we're heading to Chetmore Primary School. Let's welcome Karen Loda.
DBS News.
The operations at the Dominica Solid Waste Management Corporation has been further enhanced with the donation of $500,000 excavator. The 2022 model excavator, obtained under the 11th European Development Fund, was officially handed over to the corporation this morning. National Authorizing Officer of the European Development Fund, Colin Roberts, says waste management is one of the EU's national priorities.
Give it up one more time for Karen Loda from TED. Hi, Karen. You want to tell me something? Okay, cool. What do you want to tell me?
Bon après-midi. Good.
Bon après-midi, Karen. And he said goodbye. Karen is in grade 3 and he lives in the community of Granby. His favorite subject is science. Our next reader from the Mon Prosper Primary School, Julian Hazel.
DBS News.
The Chief Justice of the Eastern Caribbean Supreme Court says innovation and reform are necessary in fulfilling the court's mission. Her remarks came at the special sitting of the opening of the 2024 law year this morning in Grenada. She says several measures should be introduced to enhance the effective running of the court. The Chief Justice says people of the Eastern Caribbean must have equal access to the court.
Mr. Julian Hazel out of the Mon Prosper Primary. You come in? Come. Bon après-midi, Julian.
Bon après-midi.
Ça qu'a fait? Ou bien? What's that?
Oui.
Okay, we. She said we. Have you ever made an attempt to speak Creole?
Oui.
We. Okay. Saki now?
Non, moi c'est Julian Hazel.
Non, c'est Julian Hazel. Qui la joue?
Moi ni 8 nani.
Ou ni 8 nani. Ou la ou ka weste?
Moi ka weste Silver Lake.
Ka weste Silver Lake. All right. Do you often hear Creole spoken around you?
Oui.
And she's answering me in English, in Creole. Wow. All right. Do you love Creole?
Oui.
Okay. What have you heard in Creole?
Tattoo word.
Tattoo wed. Well, I don't want to ask you who would say such a thing, but whenever these words are spoken, Jolene, do you know what it means?
Yes.
What does it mean?
Your head hard.
Your head hard. So I'm going to ask you, is your head hard?
Not really.
Not really. But you love Creole, right?
Oui.
Oui. Thank you so much, Jolene. From the Mon Prosper Primary School. And our next reader from the St. Luke's Primary, Zain Shemeyakov.
DBS News.
Prime Minister Roosevelt Skerrit says Dominica is still prepared to invest in any airline carrier that will bring about ease in intra-regional travel. The remarks from Mr. Skerrit follow the announcement that regional airline Liat will permanently cease all commercial flying operations on January 24, 2024. Prime Minister Skerrit says discussions are underway among some countries within OECS towards finding solutions to alleviate the travel situation within the Caribbean region.
Thank you so much, Zain. Okay, so he took his seat. You know, it's all about reading and Creole. And I must make mention, I'm especially encouraged by Julene. You know, I'm not sure why, but we live in times and we are afraid to speak Creole. Many of us would have been raised with folks speaking Creole, but we're not speaking Creole to our children. Julene, tell mommy, tell daddy, continue. Even they tell you to wed, continue, all right? Because it's speaking words like these, although, you know, you don't really want to belittle them or anything of that sort, but they remember. Eventually, they will put into conversation. And when they come to speak to people like me, we'll be able to converse. So I'm speaking to you who are sitting here, those of you who are listening. You know the Creole. I can tell that they too, they know the Creole. They're just shy. They've heard something in Creole, but they're afraid to express it because, you know, it's not something that they're familiar with. Please. And I know plenty, if not all you, the adults here, can speak a word of Creole, except one person. I'm not going to point you out. But Creole is something that we should try our utmost to preserve, and the only way we can preserve it is if the younger ones can appreciate it as well. Our next reader, if you can help me as to where am I right now? Where am I? Our next reader from the Grand Bay Primary School, Mackenzie Teet.
DBS News.
Miss Dominica 2023 Adicia Belton says preparations have gone well and she is feeling confident as she goes in search of a regional title tonight. Miss Dominica will join 4 other ladies as they vie for the title of Miss OECS tonight. The show will take place at the Windsor Park forecourt. Burton speaking with former Miss Dominica Lindra Lander on Vibian TV says she will give it her best shot tonight.
Mackenzie Teet, Grand Bay Primary School. Yes, I remember wearing that exact uniform. The only thing is I just wish I had pants on as opposed to the skirt. Because, again, I really did girly things. There's a mango tree right there in the schoolyard. I really did girly things. I really did girly things. There's a mango tree right there, and I was almost always on that mango tree. And I'm happy to see that it's still there. Right, Emmeline? There's a mango long, and there is also a grafted mango. And not too far from here, there used to be slides. Well, I call it slides, eh? We have fancy things now we call slide in playgrounds. But we used to chichile ourselves at the back there. Chichile self. And this, what is chichile? Oh, I just said slide. That should already. Oh. But we were not sliding in no fancy way. I think we were doing it in the. No, you used coconut leaves? I did nothing of such. I just stooped on my feet, my plat pied. And if I would end on my butt, well, tant mieux. But we would chichile down that slope. But for some reason, it looked a little shorter now. I'm not sure if because we were smaller and the slope was longer. But we did some good chichilaying at the back. Oh, the good old days. Mackenzie is a grade 4 student from the Grand Bay Primary School. She is from Grand Bay. Her favorite subject at school is science. In her spare time, she loves to read and do arts and crafts projects. Mackenzie wants to become a teacher. Yes. All you say, wow, like all you need more teachers now? Our next reader from the Trafalgar Primary School, Julio Stafler.
DBS News.
Dominica is among 2 Caribbean destinations that have been included in the New York Times 52 places to visit in 2024 list. Ranked at number 11 on the travel list, Dominica was highlighted in the New York Times article for its volcanoes, rainforests, waterfalls, and hot springs. Dominica was described in the article as a playground for eco-adventures, especially for persons who enjoy hiking.
And that was Julio Stafler from the Trafalgar Primary School. Now, you know, many of us would rant and can go on and can go on about, you know, our time back in primary. And all of us would say maybe our times were the better times. But I swear, no one had it like students of the Granby Primary School. Right, miss? I honestly don't believe that anybody had it. Because we had everything at our disposal, although many of us were not well off. But we used our environment. You see that mango tree again, like I was talking about, that was snack. You know, we didn't have recess. If we were lucky to get a little bread and oil, that was plenty. Yes, we had bread and oil, you know. But if we didn't have that, there were mangoes there, and back then there were a lot of guavas. And we would eat them blem. We never gave it a chance. Oh, you could, at that time, you really couldn't give a guava a chance to ripe. When it's just a certain size, that one is yours. This one is mine, and you pick it and you eat your guava blem. But we had beautiful memories here. But teachers at the Granby Primary School, kudos to you. I'm seeing that now we have, you know, a refurbished facility. It wasn't anything like that when we were growing up or we were coming to school here. And it's a beautiful site, and I do hope that you appreciate this new environment, and it would become conducive, of course, for the young ones who are here at the Granby Primary School. All right, so we are moving on to our final reader in this round from the Sophia Primary School. We have Jem, and now we have Faith Shillingford.
DBS News.
Tame, wild, and invasive animals are on full display on the grounds of the old Roseau Public Library building on Victoria Street. An Animal Awareness Day organized by the Roseau Public Library together with the Dominica Public Library is on the way. Librarian 1 acting at the Roseau Public Library, Prince St. Jean, highlights the significance of this initiative in bringing awareness to these animals' crucial role in Dominica's ecosystem.
And that was Faith Shillingford from the Sophia Primary School, reading a news piece. You want to say good afternoon, of course, to our news department at the DBS Radio, headed by Mr. Curtis Matthew. Special thanks to you guys for putting this news piece together. And of course, in just a short while, the students will be reading a sports piece. It's that time where we take a little break and allow our students to go through their next reading piece. We'll be back with you in just a short while as we take a few words from our sponsors.
Dragon window, you came to the fore. You are the best in windows, fencing and doors. Build resilience and good quality. on windows. Watch me. In Dominica you were born. You are number one dragon window.
We have relocated to our new factory at Woodbridge Bay, Fokole, opposite the port. Telephone 448-0253, 315-1500 and 275-7372.
Dragon windows.
Step into the Realm Restaurant, where every meal is an adventure inspired by Game of Thrones. Enjoy our diverse menu and extensive wine selection. Live jazz on Wednesdays, top DJs on Thursdays, Fridays, and Saturdays. Don't miss our Monday discounts and Tuesday happy hour. Wear Creole attire for a special treat. Book your table now. Call 767-235-6669. The Realm Restaurant, where dining becomes enchantment. Enchantment.
We'll be here in the worst of times. We'll be here till things get better. We'll be here to see you through. We're here invested in you. We're invested in you. You can depend on us. We will take care of you with a legacy of commitment you can trust. We hear what you've been saying. We know what you've been thinking. We understand what's in your heart. Trust us to do our part. Republic Bank, we're the one for you.
Have that one friend or family member who just loves sending messages? Amazing! Introducing our new Prime Ultra Bundles with endless social messaging for WhatsApp, Instagram, Facebook, and Snapchat. Message as much as you want on the fastest mobile network in Dominica. Send messages anytime and anywhere. Get more data to keep you connected with your family and friends. Download the MyDigital app to activate your new Prime Ultra Bundle or visit any of our retail stores today. Digicel, keeping you better connected.
Slowly but surely, many men and women are becoming as tough turkeys. We are stuffing ourselves with all kinds of oily and fatty foods. And like a kitchen sink filled with muck, the body system is unable to cope, thus resulting in blocked artery strokes and all kinds of diseases. But from the land of many rivers, the nature island of the Caribbean, Dominica, which has more persons living to be 100 years and over per capita than any other country in the world, comes a natural solution, the pure and crystal clear Tuapito water. Yes, straight from the mountains of the famous Tuapito and into a bottle, nothing added if all impurities treated. Look out for Tuapito water in 1.5 or 0.5 liter bottles. Natural water with minerals for life. Listen to the news. Dominica records yet another centenarian thanks to clean, clear and fresh water. Tuapito water from Dominica.
right, and we are here again for round 3 of this afternoon's competition. The students will now read a sports piece prepared by the DBS news desk, of course, sports, spearheaded by our sports editor, Gavin Richards. And we'll now call on our first reader in sports from the Newtown Primary, Amaya Simon. Amia.
Covering the nation and beyond, DBS Sports Report.
A former FIFA official believes that the abuse targeted at football officials in Dominica is one of the factors behind people showing little interest in taking up overseeing as a career. Former FIFA referee and referee instructor Charles John Baptiste says this situation is concerning. His comments follow the announcement that only one Dominican will be on the FIFA list of officials for 2024.
Right. Amia Simon. What's the name? Amia. Say that again. I love how you say that, boy. So much pride. That's Amia from the Newtown Primary School. We'd, of course, make special mention to some of our sponsors, OT Trucking and Septic Cleaners, Carlton Philip Motorpool, Fine Foods Inc., the biggest distributor of the biggest brands, AC Shinford and Company Limited, spend less, get more. Delegates Anything for Sports, Rainbow Construction, reasonable and reliable service, TNT Media, Josephine Gabriel and Company Limited, serving refreshment, one drink at a time. Are you ready for the next reader? Are you ready for the next reader? Our next reader from the Girondel Primary School, Carissa Marie in sports.
Covering the nation and beyond, DBS Sports Report.
England captain Ben Stokes has praised his team for the performances in coming from a test down to winning their third match series with South Africa. England won the third and final test by 9 wickets despite there being no play on the first 2 days due to rain and the death of the Queen. Stokes says his team was clinical in winning the series.
All right. Carissa Marie from the Girondel Primary. Just want to ask you students, go ahead. When you come up to read, please wait. We want to call him a DJ. When the DJ plays the little sound.
Covering the nation and beyond, DBS Sports Report.
And then you start to read. All right? Okay. All right. My judges say I'm moving a little too quick. I tend to move a little quick most of the time. How many of you like maths? Wow. Teacher Evans? Wow. 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 Okay, I use the word like. So, let's try that again. How many of you love maths? Wow. That's a beautiful sight. To see so many students love math. How many of you are top in your class in math? Same hands. Interesting. So, eeny, meeny, miny, moe, put the penny in a po. Okay. How many of you want me to come to you to ask you a math question? Okay, his hand went up first. Listen, you understand? What's your name?
Kadon.
Kalon.
Kadon.
Kadon. All right, Kadon, listen to the question and listen attentively. In 1994, Dean was 30 years old. How old was I then? I know. In 1994, Dean was 30 years old. You know Dean? Look at him. Dean was 30 years old. How old was I then?
How old are you? How old are you?
How old am I?
Yes.
That's interesting. You're smart. You're definitely smart. You all understood what happened, right? You all understood? I asked I said Dean was 30 years, but I'm asking how old am I? So he's asking me, how old are you? He is smart. He loves math for a reason. All right, so we are continuing for our next reader as we head to Belleville Chopin Primary School. Nez Nicholas.
Covering the nation and beyond, DBS Sports Report.
Naturescape punched their ticket to the semi-finals of the Timbers Harlem Football League last night as they got past Fun Cold 2-1 at the Nettown playing field. T. Parker and J. Bell scored for the Naturescape and the A. Francis scored a long goal for Cole. Naturescape with the win has moved to the top zone of A with 9 points.
And that was Nez Nicholas from the Belleville Chopin Primary School. Are you okay, Nez? Are you okay? Well, his bio didn't lie. Thank you so much. Yes, Mr. James. Once I see you, I have to mention you, you know. This is one of, let me see who love maths again. Let me see all you ones. This is one of the best at the back. Look at him. You all seen him? I think he eats math for breakfast, lunch, and supper. You all seen him? He is the principal of the Grand Bay Primary School. He goes by the name of Evans James. And yes, he eats maths every day, as you should. She opened your eyes, I mean, not literally eat honey. He just loves maths like that. All right, so we are ready for our next reader from the Bagatelle Primary School. Let's welcome Shem Dorival.
Covering the nation and beyond, DBS Sports Report.
The president of the Dominica Boxing Association says 30 boxers are in training as Dominica gears up to participate in the 6th Caribbean Boxing Championships. The event will be staged in Dominica at the Windsor Park Sports Stadium in December. He told of the fields last night that preparations are well underway. Over 200 boxers and officials are expected in Dominica for the tournament.
Jem Dorival from the Bagatelle Primary School. We're going to give again our judges an opportunity to deliberate. And I'm going to continue on my math quest, as simple as it is. Let me see your math again. Let me see all you. So which one of you want to answer my next question? Could on? Let somebody else answer. You? Okay, I'm coming to you. Okay. It's a math riddle, okay? How old are you?
8.
You are 8. What class are you in?
Grade 3.
You are in grade 3. You love math?
Yes.
Who's your math teacher?
Miss Francis.
Miss Francis. When Aiden was 6 years old, his sister was half his age. Okay? Aiden is now 40. How old is his sister? I'm going to listen to the question. When Aiden was 6 years old, his sister was half his age. Aiden is now 40 years. How old is his sister?
50.
No. Let's try.
30.
No. Let's see. If somebody tells you the answer, do not call me. How old?
20.
No.
38.
Try again.
39. 37.
37. Give it up for 37. So when he was 6, his sister was half his age, she was 3. Now he is 40, you minus 3. Yes? All right. So we're ready for our, I hope you're proud of me, don't you? All right, so our next reader from the Tedmon Primary, let's welcome again, Reading Sports, Karen Loda.
Covering the nation and beyond, DBS Sports Report.
3 Dominican cricketers has been invited to the Windward Islands training camp in St. Vincent as the Windward ramp preparations for the upcoming regional 4th-day tournament. They are among 6 Windward Island players called up to join the contracted players for a 2-week camp. The regional first-class season is set to get underway on the 4th of February.
Karen Loda of the Tedmon Primary School. Okay. I'm going to test you with my strength now. I'm going to target the little one. How many of you, I know you said you love math, but how many of you know or love Creole? Let me see your hands. You know Creole? You love Creole? And I just love when they say, yes, miss. Okay, I'm coming to you again. You love Creole? You love Creole? Okay, I'm coming. If I were to ask you a question in English, do you think you'll be able to tell me in Creole?
Yes.
Before I do that, what's your name?
Emilio.
Emilio, what school do you attend?
Tedmon Prime.
Tedmon Primary School. Emilio, here is the question. I went to school but did not learn. Hello. Thank you. Emilio, you're on your own now. You are to translate in Creole. I went to school but did not learn.
Mo aleluya.
You are halfway there. You want to call a friend? Who's your friend you want to call to help you? Oh, and she put up the hand too. Okay, so let's do it again. Moi allé l'école. Here it is. I went to school, but did not learn. Can you say that for me in Creole?
Mo allé l'école avec mon pas.
You are there.
Pas learn.
Well, you did a wonderful effort. You made a wonderful effort. Can you say what you said to me? Can you say it again?
Mo allé l'école avec mon pas.
Said finish it. Finish it. Finish.
Tanaye.
The word you're looking for is apon. Okay, some people say apon, some people say apon. Moi allé l'école, mais mon pas apon. All right? Thank you so much. All right. And we are moving on with our competition, reading the sports. Our next reader from the Mont Prosper Primary School, Julene Hazel.
Covering the nation and beyond. DBS Sports Report.
West Indies women's vice captain is not ruling out an earlier return to international cricket. The Trinidadian last week announced that she was taking a 6-month break from international cricket. The vice captain, who is one of the standout performers in the women's 60 and women's CPL, says she needs a break. Her decision to take time away from cricket comes with the full support of Cricket West Indies.
Julene Hazel, Mont Prosper Primary School. Julene, I suspect you want to tell me something. Come and tell me something. Come. What do you want to tell me? Julene, if I were to tell you, I'm going to tell it to you in Creole, okay? And I want you to tell it to me in English, all right? Because you seem to have heard much Creole around you. Moi mel, shy. Can you tell me what I said?
No. I love you, I love you, I love you a lot.
I love you, I love you, I love you a lot. Thank you so much, Julie. She knows her Creole, you know. She's just playing shy. All right. So we are heading to our next school in the south. From the St. Luke's Primary. Let's welcome again Zain Shemiakov, reading sports.
Covering the nation and beyond. DBS Sports Report.
Captain of the men's national football team, Glenson Prince, says he is saddened by the decision from the former senior men's coach not to continue his time as coach of the senior men's football team. The former senior men's coach had been the coach of the national team since 2017. His contract came to an end at the end of August. Prince says the former coach contributed a lot to the game.
Zain Shemiakov from the St. Luke's Primary School, reading sports. We want to say special thank you to Springfield Trading, where there's quality in everything. HHB Research and Company Limited, powering the nation. Old Stone Bar and Grill. Night dining has just gotten better. Fortune Hotel, the key to Dominica, the island included resort. Continental Store, it's a matter of personal pride. And Hilltop Renovation, distinguished and dependable service. Let's give it up for our sponsors. And we are getting ready for our next reader. Hard l'école première groupe à nous bienvenue Mackenzie Teets.
Covering the nation and beyond, DBS Sports Report.
National junior athlete Karel Etienne entered into the record books on the weekend with a crushing win in the under-17 women's 100-meter event at the track and field meet in Jamaica on Sunday. The 15-year-old ran 11.70 seconds, crushing her opponents on her way to victory. She had the fastest time in the entire competition in a field that included 33 girls.
And that was Mackenzie Teets from the Grand Bay Primary School. Now I wonder, were you yelling at the story? Was it the story? Was it the story? You're all proud of that story, not true? You're all proud of that story to see how far, Karel has gotten, and I'm sure she will go much further. Big it up to the folks of Bagatelle. Well, let me tell you something. I got to tell you something, Or they like to claim. I'm going to claim Karel. You understand? You all know why I'm claiming Karel, right? Okay. What is the self? We'll take the self, but Grammy will take her first, and the Bagatelle will take her after. All right? But nonetheless, she's Dominican, and she's making Dominica proud. As a young athlete with so much potential, and she continues to thrive. She was just in 4th place at the Carifta Games, and we will see her and we'll hear so much more about Karel. Right? I saw our principal was there, Mr. Girodel, a while ago, and I'm sure he's indeed proud of Karel. Wow. That's why we say this self is the 80s, If just imagine you cut out this self from Dominica. Let me leave it there. We're going to leave that alone. That's why we're going to head to Kaiche, Trafalgar Primary School, Julio Sefler.
Covering the nation and beyond, DBS Sports Report.
President of the Dominica Football Association, Glenn Etienne, says that the clubs have to do more if women's football is to see any improvement. His comments follow after a disappointing 2023 for the women's football. Dominica suffered heavily defeats across all age formats in women's football. He says that the clubs need to have more structured opportunities for women.
And that was Julio Sefler from the Trafalgar Primary School. Yes, I did say Kaiche, as in, that is Creole name for Trafalgar. And I'm not going to address you, the grown-ups. I'm going to address the little ones. How many of you have been to Trafalgar? Wow. That's nice to see. Quite a few of you have been to Trafalgar. What can I see? Okay, you know what? Who wants to answer my next question? It's not a math question. You want to answer my... No, I had you already. Let me go at the back. I'm going to the back. Okay, I'll just stay here. Come. What's your name?
Cadell.
Cadell, what school do you attend?
Jodel Primary.
Jodel Primary. Okay. Cadell, you've been to Trafalgar.
I've been to Trafalgar and gone watch the Trafalgar waterfalls.
So you've been to the waterfalls. Now, somebody's looking at you. See that camera here? Many folks are viewing. They are seeing you, they are seeing me. But they haven't been to Dominica or even Trafalgar. Can you tell them why they should go to Trafalgar Falls?
It's to see the waterfalls.
Well, I know it's to see the waterfalls, but you know, they need to know why the waterfalls. What about the waterfalls that they need to see?
It's beautiful.
It's beautiful?
Yes, miss.
Why do they call it Trafalgar Falls?
It's because it's a beautiful place.
It's what?
It's a beautiful place.
It is indeed a beautiful place. Why else?
Because you have money, because there are many people, different things in it.
What else?
And plus it have it is on the foot of the mountain.
It have what?
It is on the foot of the mountain.
Okay. Anybody want to help him? Anybody else? You okay? So you've been to Trafalgar Falls? Tell me why someone else should go to Trafalgar Falls.
Because the waterfalls are beautiful and they're really nice to go into. And
do you know how many falls are at Trafalgar Falls?
About 10.
You sure you've been to Trafalgar Falls? Well, don't we all wish Trafalgar Falls had 10 falls? Okay, we'll get to that in just a little while. All right, so we are moving to our final reader in this afternoon's competition, reading the sports piece. And we now call from the Sufria Primary School, Faith Shillingford. Let's make her feel welcome.
Covering the nation and beyond, DBS Sports Report.
A former FIFA official believes the abuse targeted at football officials in Dominica is one of the factors behind people showing little interest in taking up overseeing as a career. Former FIFA referee and referee instructor Carl John Baptiste says this situation is concerning. His comments follow the announcement that only one Dominican will be on the FIFA list of officials for 2024.
All right, and that was Miss Faith Shillingford from the Sufria Primary School, and we have officially come to the end of our competition here this afternoon. But for the sake of you little ones who need to know a little more about Trafalgar Falls, there are two falls, Mama and Papa. You heard that right? Yes, there's a Mama to the right and the Papa to the left. Yeah? Okay. So we've come again to the end of our competition. We want to say a special thank you for those of you who stayed tuned via radio and, of course, our DBS Facebook page and YouTube channel. Our judges will take a short break to deliberate, and we will take a few words from our sponsors. We'll be back with you with the results in just a short bit.
Dragon window, you came to the Dragon window, you came to the fore. You are the best in windows, fencing and doors. Build resilience and good quality. You work hand in hand with the community. You are world class. Yes, you built to last. Your product is the best. The under window could test. Dragon windows. Watch me. In Dominica you were born. You are number one dragon. Dragon window.
We have relocated to our new factory at Woodbridge Bay, Fokole, opposite the port. Telephone 448-0253, 315-1500 and 275-7372.
Dragon windows.
From the cradle to the grave, you don't want to be no slave. You need a loan you want to save. Welcome and visitors today. Hey, with a commitment to quality. Therefore you and me was one big family, but now it's a community. True, making life easy. Yes, like ABC. Don't matter who you are, you can benefit when you bring your mortgage.
With rates as low as 5% and loans for all your needs.
Open an MRA.
Save for your golden years and take advantage of our savings products.
We will finance your business.
Checking accounts, small business loans, wire transfers, and so much more.
NCCU all the way. Wow!
Your community financial partner.
NCCU.
A vacation in the mountains, a staycation outside the city, or a stay surrounded by greenery. Whatever the choice may be, Pinard's Mountain Resort Inc. is perfect for you. Nestled in the hills of Point Michel, just 10 minutes from the city, Pinard's Mountain Resort Inc. features self-contained cottages with breathtaking views, fine dining, bar and pool services. Come spend quality time with family, escape with a few friends, or just time for two. Pinard's Mountain Resorts Inc. is an all-in-all waiting to serve you. Call 285-9143 or email pinardsmrinc@gmail.com for more info. Because at Pinard's Mountain Resorts Inc., life never felt this good.
Petro Caribe. Tank installation is part of our mission. Excellent client support is what we got. Contribution to development of Dominica. Supply of LPG at an affordable rate. Let's go. Petro Caribe straight. No time to waste. So come on everyone with me to Petro Caribe. 250 gallon propane tank. 420 pound propane tank. 100 pound LPG cylinder. Petro Caribe. 20 pound fiberglass cylinder. Petro Caribe. 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 We'll be here in the worst of times. We'll be here till things get better. We'll be here to see you through. We're here invested in you. We're invested in you. You can depend on us. We will take care of you with the legacy of commitment you can trust. We hear what you've been saying. We know what you've been thinking. We understand what's in your heart. Trust us to do our part. Republic Bank, we're the one for you.
Have that one friend or family member who just loves sending messages? Amazing! Introducing our new Prime Ultra Bundles with endless social messaging for WhatsApp, Instagram, Facebook, and Snapchat. Message as much as you want on the fastest mobile network in Dominica. Send messages anytime and anywhere. Get more data to keep you connected with your family and friends. Download the MyDigital app to activate your new Prime Ultra Bundle or visit any of our retail stores today. Digicel, keeping you better connected.
blank. We're the
Readers, please take your seats. Readers, please take your seats. All right, so we are back here to present you with this afternoon's results. But before we could do that, we will be presenting participation certificates and gift packages to each of the students. I will put myself on the side. So we now call on Amia Simon, please come receive your certificate of participation and your gift package. Carissa Marie from the Girardel Primary. Nez Nicholas, Bellevue Chopin Primary. Jem Dorival from the Bagatelle Primary. Karen Loda, Tedmont Primary. Julene Hazel, Mont Prosper Primary. Zane Shimayakov, St. Luke's Primary. Mackenzie Teets, Grand Bay Primary. Julio Sefler from the Trafalgar Primary. And Faith Shillingford at Sophia Primary. Who will be your top reader here this afternoon? Well, we'll leave that to the Georges as they will be back with us to present the results. However, this afternoon we will be choosing the top 5 readers who will automatically advance to the next round. So it's not about any, many, miny, mo. You would have sat there, you would have listened, those of you listening, those of you viewing, you would have seen for yourself. Of course, you're not judges, but you would have been able to get an idea as to the capability of our readers here this afternoon, as we are indeed on our quest for the best reader within the primary schools here in Dominica. So before we get to our judges, let me just get one or two remarks from some of you who are here. Good afternoon, Madame. Nou ka di bon après-midi, ça ka fait?
Bon après-midi.
Ça ka fait?
Mon bé.
It's reading and Creole. Ko sa mo ke ka pale temps en temps ti morceau Creole. Ou comprendre? Ou c'est moun ki kote?
Moi, c'est mon hod la poète, mais moi, je rester à Jodel, mais je travaille à l'école Jodel.
Parce que c'est au teacher?
Oui.
Qui ça, qui sujet?
Moi, teach classe D et 3. Tout subject, tout sujet, tout sujet.
Tell us your take as to this afternoon's competition.
First of all, I have to say a big applause to the readers, because even as adults, sometimes we get nervous and we are afraid to read in front of a crowd and a public. So kudos to them for giving their all and for being here and participating. They are, like, I have always been doing that for a while. I'm the literacy coordinator in my school, so I have seen it become more, like, not aggressive, but more challenging as time goes by, because there are even more parts or even more sections added to the competition, which some of the children are not so familiar with, especially the news and the sports pieces, because sometimes they do not listen to the radio, or they are not so familiar with the names in the radio pieces, like the news and the sports pieces.
So you're basically taking what I would like to say. Thank you for saying it, though.
Okay, yes.
All right, thank you. Yes, I may take it from the gentleman here. Yes, a quick good afternoon to you. Your take on this afternoon's competition?
Overall, everything was up to par. I would like to say congratulations to the participants, and I believe they gave a good account of themselves.
As they should. Thank you so much. So our judges are back with the results, but of course we'll hear from our head judge this afternoon, Mr. Prince, who will tell us his feel as to the competition, how it went, what he looked, what he saw, what he didn't see, what he would like to see in the competitions ahead. You could stay right here.
Thank you very much, Milia. Great effort to all our students. We're happy that you're reading. We're happy that you're here participating in this year's competition. A few areas of concern we had were your attention to punctuation, how you interpreted an exclamation mark, a full stop, or comma, where you place emphasis on a particular word or words in a sentence, how you grouped your words, and how you grouped your words in a sentence depended on how well you were breathing as you're reading. Some of you tried to maintain eye contact with the audience and read, and that posed a bit of a problem for you, so you need to work on that skill. If you listen to the news a lot, you would understand how to say someone's name or places. Those are popular names and places that comes up every time. But continue to read, continue to listen to news, and if you're not moving on to the next leg, give yourself a good tap that you're here and you've made it, you have represented your school well enough. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Mr. Prince. Our coordinator will now present this afternoon's results. So we take it to Kashina Joseph.
Thank you, Milia. Okay. Because of time, I will waste none of it. We are radio. We have news at 6 p.m. And our news desk is waiting eagerly for the results as well. So in 5th place, from the Sophia Primary School, Faith Shillingford. In 4th place, from the St. Luke's Primary School, Zain Shimiakov. 3rd, we have Kiran Loda from the Tetmon Primary. 2nd, from the Mon Prospect Primary School, Julene Hazel. And topping the 2nd competition in round 1 of the DBS Radio Ministry of Education National Reading Competition, headline sponsored by Dragon Windows, is Grand Bay Primary, Mackenzie Teet. Mackenzie Teet of the Grand Bay Primary School. So here you have it, your top 5 who are automatically moving on to the next round, the semi-final round. Congratulations to you all. Congratulations to everybody who read today. You read well. And we go to Portsmouth on Friday for competition 3 in round 1.
Relocated to a new factory at Woodbridge Bay, Fokole, opposite the port. Telephone 448-0253, 315-1500 and 275-7372.
Dragon Windows.
We'll be here in the worst of times. We'll be here till things get better. We'll be here to see you through. We're here invested in you. We're invested in you. You can depend on us. We will take care of you with a legacy of commitment you can trust. We hear what you've been saying. We know what you've been thinking. We understand what's in your heart. Trust us to do our part. Republic Bank, we're the one for you.
Have that one friend or family member who just loves sending messages? Amazing! Introducing our new Prime Ultra Bundles with endless social messaging for WhatsApp, Instagram, Facebook, and Snapchat. Message as much as you want on the fastest mobile network in Dominica. Send messages anytime and anywhere. Get more data to keep you connected with your family and friends. Download the MyDigital app to activate your new Prime Ultra Bundle or visit any of our retail stores today. Digicel, keeping you better connected.
A vacation in the mountains, a staycation outside the city, or a stay surrounded by greenery. Whatever the choice may be, Pinard's Mountain Resort Inc. is perfect for you. Nestled in the hills of Point Michel, just 10 minutes from the city, Pinard's Mountain Resorts Inc. features self-contained cottages with breathtaking views, fine dining, bar and pool services. Come spend quality time with family, escape with a few friends, or just time for two. Pinard's Mountain Resorts Inc. is an all-in-all waiting to serve you. Call 285-9143 or email pinardsmrinc@gmail.com for more info. Because at Pinard's Mountain Resorts Inc., life never felt this good.
Step into the Realm Restaurant, where every meal is an adventure inspired by Game of Thrones. Enjoy 767-235-6669. The Realm Restaurant, where dining becomes enchantment. Enchantment.